We did one operation on the Mediterranean where we caught a terrorist off the coast of Libya. He was Abu Anas Alibi.
So right now we understand Abu Anas is on a ship, the USS San Antonio, in the Mediterranean.
What was the mission for? Like, what was he charged with?
He was on the FBI's most wanted list for 2 U.S. embassy bombings in Africa.
He's wanted in the 1998 bombings of U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania.
This is when the Obama administration was using the U.S. Navy ships as black sites. Inside of our ship is called a well deck, where it's huge. They homemade built a tent, or a place to, not an interrogation tent, a questioning tent.
He's being questioned by this special team of intelligence and FBI experts without Miranda rights. What's going on here?
We were on watch one night. This was after we caught him. Somebody reported, they're like, hey, I hear screaming. And then our operations center was like, hold on 1 second. Yeah, don't worry about that.
We know that Mr. al-Libi planned and helped execute plots that killed hundreds of people, a whole lot of Americans.
He's laughing. They're telling him jokes.
Well, dude, and like it was one of the things you notice, because when you're standing on watch on a U.S. ship, I stood 5 hours of watch a night, 5 hours a day. It often would rotate hours. And you're doing nothing but looking at the open ocean.
Yeah.
Now, like, that's how we found bodies. That's how we actually found a group of Maltans off the coast of...
Whoa. How many times were you finding bodies just floating in the fucking water?
Just one time, but it was 2 bodies, and someone reported, at first it was supposed to be a man overboard. Or, I mean, I think they were queuing it as that.
Okay.
But they're like, oh no, there's bodies in the water. These are dead bodies. One has a missing leg and arm, the other one has a missing head.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
And
you guys, do you bring them aboard, or you just...
No, fuck that noise. We called the Coast Guard. Let them deal with that shit.
Yeah, fucking pussies.
Puddle pirates, as we call them. But no, they're actually strong motherfuckers.
Holy shit. Why didn't we lead with this?
Because there wasn't much to. We just found them, and we had to keep them in our sights. Like, they were next to our ship, but we had to make sure they wouldn't get sucked in the props or anything like that.
So you got this guy on. He's in the blanket for it. You're being really nice to him. He's having a great time.
Here's the thing. I had no connection or relation.
Yeah.
I never saw the fucking guy. He was on the FBI's most wanted list. We pulled into Spain and picked up a shit ton of different intelligence agencies. Normally, we carry Marines on board my ship. 800 company, which is the Marines, and crew 300, which is the Navy. Got rid of them in Spain, and they ended up getting to their own bullshit while they were on land, and we were off dicking around. But we caught them. They did what they needed to do. They hauled him off in a helicopter. He got to New York, and that's where apparently he died.
He had a heart attack, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He just wasn't used to the diet on the ship, probably.
But shortly after that, we ended up saving like 126 Maltans who were trying to cross the Mediterranean.
San Antonio was more than 60 miles from the scene when the Maltese government requested assistance. San Antonio provided food, water, medical attention, and temporary shelter.
And were they on like some sort of fucking like janky ship, and it was about to sink?
Not a ship. They were on a 50 by 50 foot raft.
127?
127. They were
Holy shit.
They were drinking seawater when we found them.
Oh.
Which is not it's not good to drink. It is primarily salt, and a lot of it, and it will kill you at some point.
And the shit that you're dumping out of your boat.
Yeah, they got a taste of that too.
Oh my god, dude. This is so crazy.
So we ended up saving them, but then we had to bring them right back to Malta.